Hello everyone, this is Venkatesh Panyam, your physics dude. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, I'm going to explain what is scalar product or otherwise called dot product. So, in vectors, we have two operations. One is called dot, another one is called cross. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain what is this dot product or scalar product. So, very simple. Let us take two vectors. One is A bar. Let's take this as B bar. And let theta is the angle between the two vectors. Then the dot product of two vectors A bar dot B bar is equal to, so magnitude of A bar by into multiplied by magnitude of B bar into cos theta. Or simply I can say A bar dot B bar. We know magnitude of A bar is A only, magnitude of B bar is B only into cos theta. So how to define the dot product of two vectors? Very simple. From this only we can say the dot product of two vectors is equal to product of their magnitudes and cosine of angle between them. So I'm just defining just from the equation. So what is dot product? The dot product of two vectors is equal to the product of their magnitudes and cosine of angle between them. This is one way of defining. From the same, I can write the angle between the two vectors can be given by A bar dot B bar upon. So whenever you're asked to find out the angle between the two vectors, use this equation and you can find out. See, what is the component of B bar along A bar? We can write B cos theta. Similarly, component of A bar along B bar is A cos theta. So when I write this A bar dot B bar, this I can write A times B cos theta or B times A cos theta. So dot product also can be defined as the product of magnitude of one vector and the component of other vector in its direction. See, A multiplied B. What is B cos theta here? B cos theta is the component of B bar along A bar. See the same definition. It is the product of magnitude of one vector and the component of other vector in its direction. So dot product can be defined either as I defined above or this also we can define. Now we need to understand some properties of dot product. Let me write some properties of dot product. In that the first property is it obeys commutative law. Commutative law. So what does it mean? What is commutative law here? A bar dot B bar. A bar dot B bar is same as B bar dot A bar. The second one is it obeys distributive law. dot product obeys even the distributive law. So what is distributive law means here? A bar, we can say that dot B bar plus C bar is same as A bar dot B bar plus A bar dot C bar. This is what we called as distributive. It obeys commutative law as well as it obeys distributive law. But remember, it does not obey associative law. It does not obey associative law. What is this associative law means here? If I take A bar dot B bar dot C bar is not same as A bar dot B bar dot C bar. Why? Because the dot product of two vectors is a number. If I take B bar dot C bar, I'll get number and I'll get this A bar. So this side I'll get C bar, they're not equal. So very important. So it does not obey associate law. But if I take a constant K A bar dot B bar is same as K times A bar dot B bar. We can write like this. If you multiply with a constant, nothing will happen. Next property. Remember, dot product of two vectors is a scalar. Dot product of two vectors is a scalar. We'll see what is the number, how we get, we'll discuss. And sixth one, if two vectors are parallel, dot product is maximum. If two vectors are parallel, what is the angle? For two parallel vectors, if A bar and B bar are parallel, theta is equal to 0. Now what is A bar dot B bar? AB cos 0. So simply AB. So when the two vectors are parallel, the dot product is maximum. Next, if two vectors are anti-parallel, dot product is negative. Dot product is negative. So if this is one vector, this is another vector, this is A bar, this is B bar, theta is 180, then in this case, A bar dot B bar is AB cos 180, we know cos 180 minus 1, so minus AB. This is minus AB. Next one, a very important property, that is number 8. If two vectors are perpendicular, if two vectors are perpendicular orthogonal, then their dot product is 0. If the two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product is 0. If you take this vector, this is A bar, this is B bar, theta is 90 degrees. So A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos 90. So cos 90 is 0. So very, very important condition. Whenever in the problem given that the two vectors are perpendicular, simply equate the dot product to 0 and we can find out the unknown value given that. Now let's see the ninth property, the dot product of unit vectors. Dot product of unit vectors. Very important. I want to find out what is I cap dot I cap. Simply apply the formula. A bar dot B bar is mod A bar mod B bar cos of angle between them. I bar are parallel, so the angle between them is 1. Since it is unit vector, magnitude is 1 cos 0 1, so overall 1. So I got this I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. Similarly, I can prove J dot J is equal to 1, K dot K cap K dot is equal to 1. So this is called self dot product of unit vectors. So we generalize it and write like this: I dot I, J dot J, and K dot K is equal to 1. A very, very important identity you should bear in mind. Suppose I want to find out what is I cap J now. I dot J, same magnitude of A bar, magnitude of B bar, and cos of angle between them. We know this is I cap and J cap will be perpendicular. I cap is along x axis, J cap along y axis. So in this case, if you write, this is 1 into 1 into 0. So overall it is 0. So I can write this as I cap dot J cap 0. Similar J dot K is equal to 0. K dot I bar is 0. So overall I can write this as I dot J, J dot K, and K dot I. These are all unit vectors, so you have to keep caps. So these two are very, very important identities. So this is the dot product of two unit vectors is 0. So I dot J is 0, J dot J, I dot I 1, J dot J 1, K dot K 1. But I dot J, J dot K, K dot I is 0. Now let's see the dot product of two vectors now. Dot product of two vectors. Suppose I have A bar is given as some AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap, and B bar is BXI cap, BYJ cap plus BZK cap. Now I want to find out what is A bar dot B bar, a very simple multiplication. So let's write A bar dot B bar is equal to, so what is A bar given? So write down here AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap dot, same way BXI cap plus BYJ cap plus BZK cap. Now since remember here this AX is a number, BX a number, so first to multiply them. So AX BX, I dot product of only first vector, I dot I already put 1, so into 1 plus again multiply with AX and BY, so AX BY into I dot J. I dot J is 0 we discussed, plus again AX BZ, I dot K, they are perpendicular, into 0. Now similarly you multiply with AY the three terms, so this is plus AY BX into 0. Why 0? Because J dot I 0 plus AY BY into 1 because J dot J 1 plus ay bz into 0 because j dot k, plus similarly you multiply with this az bx into 0, az by into 0 plus az bz into 1 because k dot k is 1. So if we add all the terms, if you look at here clearly, so this becomes 0, this becomes 0, and so what I left with, so ultimately a bar dot b bar is ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. So simply when we want to take the dot product, simply multiply with the coefficients. Let me give an example, you'll understand better. Let's take an example. Suppose if a bar is given as 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap, b bar is I minus or I plus 2j minus 2k. So I just want to find out what is a bar dot b bar is equal to. So first you write down 2i cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap dot I cap plus 2j cap minus 2 caps. Very simple. See, you take the numbers. 2 multiplied with 1 is 2. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 6. Plus 4 into minus 2 is minus 8. So 2 into 1, minus 3 into plus 2, 4 into minus 2. So this is minus 14 plus 2 is minus 12. That is the answer. So dot product of two vectors is a very simple thing. You simply multiply with the number, corresponding number. That is very important. Now let me calculate the self dot product. Self dot product of two vectors. Self dot product of vectors. I want to find out what is a bar dot a bar. So what is a bar? We have axi cap, ayj plus azk. Same way, axi plus ayj plus azk. So what you will get? This is simply ax square plus ay square plus az square. So this is nothing but a bar dot a bar. This is actually the magnitude of, what is the magnitude of a bar? Magnitude of a bar is square root of ax square plus ay square plus az square, or a square can be written as ax square plus ay square plus az square. So the same I got. So I can write a bar dot a bar as a square, or I can say a can also be written as a bar dot a bar. This is an identity. Similarly, I can do the same way for b bar. So I can write b bar dot b bar is equal to b square. So then what is a bar dot a bar plus b bar dot b bar, which is nothing but a square plus b square, a very important identity. Right. In the last class, when I explained parallelogram law, R bar is equal to root over P square plus Q square. I said 2PQ cos theta. P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. So this I can write it as R is equal to P square plus Q square plus this I can write simply P bar dot Q bar. So if R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar, if R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar, then what is R? We can write like this. The same way, suppose they'll give you R bar is equal to some A bar plus B bar plus C bar. The same resultant I can write as square root of A square plus B square plus C square plus 2 times A bar dot B bar plus 2 times B bar dot C bar plus 2 times A bar dot C bar. We can write the same. In this way also we can express. And the last one is examples. What are the examples for dot product? So in first year of intermediate, we can understand only two examples. That is work done. Work is equal to F bar dot S bar and power is equal to F bar dot V bar. Here for work done, different cases will be given. They'll say that initially the position vector of a particle is R1 bar. When a force applied, its position vector changes to R2 bar. Then in this case, displacement vector becomes R2 bar minus R1 bar, where R1 bar is the initial position vector, R2 bar is the final position vector. Then I can write work is equal to F bar dot S bar is what? R2 bar minus R1 bar. This is used when the position vectors are given. Sometimes, in other way, I'm just telling you all the different possibilities. Sometimes they'll say that a particle has a coordinate, say x1, y1, z1. Then its coordinate changes to x2, y2, z2 when you apply a force. Then what is the work done, they'll ask you. So first we need to find displacement. So S bar can written as x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. Same work done is same. W is simply F bar dot S bar. These are the three possibilities in which work can be asked. So these are the some important properties of dot product. So in this video, I just explained what is dot product, what are the properties of dot product, and why it is called a scalar product. If you look at, I've taken the example of dot product of two vectors. See, A bar is a vector, B bar is a vector, but what is A bar dot B bar? I got a number. Number is nothing but a scalar. That's why the dot product is also known as scalar product. Scalar product. So I hope you understood what is dot product and what are the different properties of dot product. All this in this video. In the next video, I'm going to explain some important applications of dot product. Thanks for listening. If you really like my video, and please subscribe my channel and do not forget to share with your friends and don't forget to click the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for listening and watching my videos. I wish you happy physics learning. Thank you once again.